Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome if you're new. My name is Dion, and this is Cotton Candy Scented and Flavored Chapstick. I had this on from earlier. This base face that I did, I used the new Sigma Soft Collection brushes, the 3 that I purchased, and you can see those brushes did a good job. So I don't know if that video will be before this one or after, but as usual, excuse me, I'm going to let you know what's on my face, and then as I prime the eyes, I'll do the intro. There will be timestamps below. I would love it if you stay from now till the end, but if you want to skip around, that is okay, and that is why I put timestamps, because I know time is precious. So we have one. I did the brows after the base face because I had forgotten. Usually I do them first. The Fenty Brow Pencil foundation. This is primer. Fenty primer, Fenty foundation shade 335. We did put on concealer today, under eye and this entire area here, and a dab right here. This is Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer. The shade I wear is 4N. In the Estee Lauder foundation, I wear shade 4N2. Then we set the face with Fashion Fair powder. The shade is Truly Tawny. The powder is called Set It Loose. I forgot what I was saying. We went in reverse with the highlighter, blush, and bronzer because we used the same brush from Sigma. So we first applied from House Labs Raw Amber Highlight, excuse me, Watermelon Bliss, chosen at random. And we used both of the House Labs bronzers, which is typical for me. Deep level 10 and medium level 7. Then we used both of my Hourglass finishing powders, Radiant Light under eye and all over face. Something is going to fall eventually. And just for the cheek area and here and right here, Eternal Light. And I did also have bronzer on my nose, and I did kind of just tap this over that too. My nose is looking kind of shiny and toasty. I don't know how I feel about that. So that's everything on our face. Oh shoot, I forgot to do my lower lash line and my inner rims. And so for lower lash line, we're going to use MAC Color Excess Stage 5. Clinger is the shade, and we're going to put this underneath. I'm going to edit this part out. And then for inner rims, upper and lower, we're going to use Sephora Collection Ultimate Gel Eyeliner, waterproof, and the shade is Matte Brown. We're going to put those on and then come back. As I prime the lid, we'll do the intro. Usually after I put on the eyeliner, on lower lash line and inner rims, I spray my face. And so we're going to use the Scandinavia spray. Whew, I love that stuff. And we're going to wipe it off of our lids. Even though sometimes I think to just leave it and see what it does as far as primer. But then I'm going to put on eye primer anyway. So this is that. I had a hard time waking up today. I'm looking at my brows. So let me just hurry up and get to this. Thank you for being here. If this is your first time here, I do have lots of information down below. I have lots of playlists, and I am detailed in the description. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, it'll be easy for you to find. So let's prime the lids and get this eye look going. As I said, I don't know if I said it was the Crazy Troll Nation. Yo, I am still, it was so hard for me to wake up today. And well, part of it is hormones because they're just doing their own thing. But then also the weather, it'll be warm and then chilly, then warm and then chilly. And sometimes the temperature is just like the perfect temperature for sleeping. And so I had a really hard time getting up today. And I need to cut my hair. I know. And I just been too tired to do it. It only takes me 10 minutes. My name is Dion. This is the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube, where I do the intro and then I start talking about stuff that's not even in the intro. The crazy part is knowing it's okay to be your authentic self, just being who you are. And if you go on rants and tangents and you forget the intro and start talking about other stuff, it is okay. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand or a certain tool or a certain technique because that's what the more popular channels are saying you need to do. What I suggest you do is do whatever the heck you want to with your makeup. Wear it how you want to wear it, using whatever tools you want to use, and just know that you rock it. Know that you are the bomb. The bottom line here at the Crazy Troll Nation is self-acceptance and self-love. Enhancing your natural features if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Here we are about, did I say self-acceptance, I don't even know what I'm saying, y'all. I think I did say that, self-acceptance and self. Yeah, I did. So the bottom line here is just accept however you are in that moment, even if you're scattered like I am right now, and it is okay. I embrace it. Every moment I am not my perfect self, but I am perfect in that moment, whatever it is. Just knowing it's okay. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. That's the bottom line. And when you put it on, just put it on how you want to and just rock it. That's it. So I think that's the intro. I'm not even sure right now. I do need to let you know two things. I do curse on my channel sometimes because I curse sometimes, period. And there's an organism that lives in my throat, excuse me, that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I do always say excuse me. If you see me do it, that's an internal hiccup, and I do say excuse me for that. This is what we're using for the first time. I was trying to figure out, do I want to do like a 3-in-1 video, but the way we're starting today, that's not going to happen. So you will see 3 different videos. I was going to do one eye off and one eye on, and then I forgot that I had that idea to do that. So this will be look number 1, and what we're going to do, I'm holding it upside down. These are the first 2 columns. This is going to be look number 1. These 2 columns, excuse me if you heard that in my throat, look number 2. These 2 columns, look number 3. I do think this row, the middle row, would be a beautiful look. I also think the bottom row will be a nice look. The top row, I don't think it will show up that much on me because of my complexion, and so that's why we're doing 1 look, 2nd look, 3rd look. So today we're going to be in here. I do have brushes out, so let's get started. We're going to take Fish, which is this shade here, and I am curious how these are going to look on me. These are the Fenty number 230 brushes. The brush does not matter. Whatever brush you want to use, it does pick. Oh, it does pick up nicely. So we're just going to pat and press. This is pretty, and we're going to put that on the first portion of the lid. That's nice. This is a pretty shade. And I didn't have any doubts. Now we're going to swipe since it's already there, because that first pat, it did stick to the primer. But now that it is there, we can swipe. Because at first it won't let me swipe because the brush and the shadow sticks to the primer. So we're going to pat first to get it on. For me, the Fenty primer is a tacky primer. For everybody, it's not. Everything does not work the same thing for everybody. And that's why I encourage you to, you know, try things, but then find your own way. And if something doesn't work for you the way it works for whoever you're watching, there's nothing wrong with you. Things just work different for different people for whatever reason. Dry lids, oily lids, regular lids, or it might be the primer that we're using, whatever, or the tool, whatever. So don't feel like there's anything wrong with you. If you're like, that doesn't work for me like that, it is okay. Now we're going to take Sun. This is powdery, so there is some dust around that shadow. Now we're going to take this shade, which is called Sun. This is pretty. This could be an easy one and done. And if you want to be monochromatic, put this shade all over, and then maybe even take this one just on the outer corner or for upper lash line and put mascara on. That can be your look. So we're going to take Sun. These, oh my gosh. So yeah, we're going to see what this is going to look like next to the green. And this one is just kind of fading away. We're going to overlap the green, so that's how we're going to get the blend for that. Not blending away, but sort of, what's the, how I want to say it, because I'm still half asleep, and I drank some Mountain Dew, and I didn't eat any solid food yet, so my hands are actually kind of jittery. So it is just kind of, not quite blending into my skin tone, but it's not showing up much, but you can see it's there. Like, it does show up, and this is why. And that is one of the top row shades. The top row mattes, we're overlapping the green. I didn't want to do a look with just the top row because I know most of them are not going to show up. Or it's going to be like this, a very light, ethereal look. The shimmers, these satins, metallics, whatever you want to call them, they will show up. But like shades like this one and this one would be just more kind of buff out shades for me. I do think this one will show up really nice, and so I am excited about that one. And these are showing up nice too. So if you like lighter looks, this is for you. And it is pretty. You know what? I don't know if I do pinks and greens often, but this is pretty. Wow. So we're going to put that brush down. I am checking for fallout. I can't really tell if I have any because we have highlighter on and radiant light, which gives the radiance. to my face. So we're going to take Ocean, which is this one down here. I'm excited about this. This is going to go on the outer portion of the lid. Do I want to bring that pink over a little further? I think so. This is a brush that had sun on it. So we're just bringing that a little bit further over. And now we're going to take a clean brush and we're going to go into Ocean, that shimmer blue at the bottom. That is pretty. And we're going to put that out here. You know what? I had another brush I was going to use for this, and we still may. And we are pulling it over top of the pink. Ooh. This is a nice airy look. A nice, not quite ethereal, but very just, and we're going to pull it out some. So I can put the other brush away, because I pulled out one of the LaRouche brushes to feather out the shadow down here, but I don't think we need it. This is an easy palette to use, and this is only my first time using it, so my thoughts may change, but as of right now, excuse me, I am enjoying this. Everything is showing up. We'll see when we get to the matte shades, like what happens, the lighter mattes. And so we're going to pull this out with whatever's kind of on the tip of the brush. We're not using the side of the brush where the color is, but we're just feathering it out. And is it going out? We're going to tap in lightly on the tip of the brush and pull this way. I had a thought, like, what if this wasn't recording? So we're pulling that out, and it seems to be the same length as over here. So we're going to just leave that like that, and we're going to feather in between, even though I don't think it needs it. I tapped in once, well, pressed in once, and we're going to put some in the middle here because it looked like it was some here. And I think I'm going to do a blue for the upper lash line to help tie in this blue on the outer corner. But then I might change my mind after we do our lower lash line. Excuse me. So rude, troll. So this is what it's looking like, and I am liking it. I do like darker looks. You know this if you've been here. But I still can appreciate lighter looks because they are pretty. Not my vibe, but, you know, pretty is pretty. You know what I mean? And it's all subjective. So I'm just checking to see if the colors are like starting and stopping in the same place. Excuse me, you heard that in my throat. Now we're going to take, why am I looking in the palette? I need to look at my paper. We're going to take Tiki and this brush, which may be too big for this. We're tapping straight, and this one is powdery. Oh, and we're going to go over the top edge of our lid shades. And I am raising my brows for this so that my skin doesn't move, even though it's not. Because this is a soft brush. Well, it is moving a little bit. This gives me a flatter surface when I raise my brows. And just coming on the top edge of the lid shades. And I can see it here, but like over here I can't. That's this shade. And I do have a thing where some bright yellows and bright greens don't show up on my skin tone. It just shows up like how this is showing up, and it is showing up now here. I did tap back in, and so we're just running along the top edge, and we're coming out here. So it's like a there, not there, which makes it great for transition shades. And so it's doing what I thought it was going to do. I feel like I need to gurgle. So we're tapping in again and tapping off. This is an older palette. I mean, it's new, but it came out a while ago. I bought it when it was on sale for $29 because they're going to retire it. And I thought, let me just get it to try it. I do like this. I do like this. Because this is, you know, it's there, not there, barely there, but it is filling the space between. It is filling this space, and you can still see, I would say my skin, but this is actually the primer. The Fenty primer says Invisi Pink, so this is a primer up here, but it looks like a brow bone highlight, a matte brow bone highlight. I do like this look. That's interesting. So now I'm checking for fallout. There is some fallout, and we're probably going to put more Radiant Light on afterward. So now I can put that brush away because we're not using that one. Now we're going to take, oh, I had an outer V color. That's what we had that brush for. How do you pronounce it? It's Huahin. this shade. I have this for an outer V. This is a Luvs brush. This is the one I took out, and we are going to coat both sides of the brush because we're going to put this, okay. Okay, yeah. So we're not going to do an outer V. We're just going to, oh man, we're just going to pull this out. I don't know what I thought, but I didn't think it was going to be that dark, but it is. That's this shade right here. So this surprised me. And maybe because all the other ones were light, but they are lighter shades. And so why would the dark shade not show up? Dark troll. I don't know. So I think I'm going to put a blue on upper lash line. This, wow. So we are going to come right here. So it's going to be somewhat of a V if this blue shows up. We're not adding more on the brush, but whatever's in the brush. Ooh, that's pretty. So we have our V and it's coming out. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, 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 ooh. So we're just doing this. Oh man, this is nice. I might do this for, send this look in as another submission for the Creative Art with Heart as a spring look. And y'all know I don't be doing spring look. When I really be like, ooh, 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 y'all know I really like it. So we're just bringing this up just a little bit. Wow, y'all, I'd be surprised at myself. Oh, I like this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, surprise myself, I really do. So now we're going to take Sun again, this shade, and we're going to put that on the first half of the lower lash line. This is a Makeup Forever 210 brush, and we're going to use the mirror in the palette. So we're just going to press that on the first half, right there. We tapped in twice, tapped off, and now we are going to press this here. And that is there. Interesting. All right, we're not going to do too much. Since when do I not do too much? Now we're going to take Ocean, which was this shade, and this is going to go on the outer half of the lower lash line. We tapped in 3 times. We're going to start out here, and we're just going to press, and we're going to overlap that red a little bit, and we're going to bring this out here a little bit. Doing this because this is showing up purple here. We could do a purple. Really, you can do whatever color you want on your upper lash line. Oh, so do I want to do a purple now or a blue? Stick with the blue for liner for upper lash line. That's the question. If this was a live stream, I would hear your answers or read your answers. And I do enjoy live streams when I ask questions, and I'd be like, should I do this or that? And y'all be like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, we're going to do it. And then we do it later. Lives are so much fun and so exciting. So that didn't show up too much, but you know what? The look is kind of like not too much anyway. Now we're going to take Bora Bora, the last shade in these 2 columns to use, which is this one and another one of these because I did purchase 2, and we are going to just come along the bottom of the lower lash line shades. And I knew this wasn't going to be much of a color, but this will be a way to use it where if it shows up, it shows up, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't. And it does, up close, it does look like it is doing something. It's enhancing the shadows that's near it. That's what it appears to be doing. And we're going to bring this over here under the blue. I am tapping in, tapping off, and we want to bring this here. I'm glad I found a use for these brushes. It's great for winging out shadow, which you saw earlier, and it's good for placing underneath the lower lash line. It is a flimsy brush, doesn't give much coverage. I do like this question mark, and I'm saying that because the lower lash line is looking really light, but that's the look, right? So now what we're going to do, we're going to take Radiant Light really quick, excuse me, and we're going to add more under our eyes. This is going to help camouflage the fallout because this just adds radiance to my skin without adding, you know, a lot of color, if any color at all. What liner are we going to use? I kind of want to, we're going to use Macro Violet. I don't think I've used this one in a while. Oh, and it is a shimmer matte. So we're going to put this on our upper lash line. So, oh my gosh. Queen Luzia mascara. Something just flaked into my eye. What are we going to do for lips? You know what? I was thinking of that Atomic Shaker, but I also initially thought to do a dark purple. Part of me is thinking now Sea Queen, because that's a shade I don't normally use. I know. So we're going to do the lip really quick. We're at 26 minutes. I think I might do one eye on and one eye off for the next two looks. And have it all in one video. So Sea Queen, did I tell me I kept it? Yeah. Number 122. This right here, y'all. Oh my gosh. It's different. And it is a pretty color. It is. This is our final look though, y'all. So let me know what you think about the look, the eye look. I really do like it. I really do. I think I would do it again for like another springtime look, even though I don't do seasonal looks, but I do really like this look. And I do like the lip with it because it pulls into the blue up here. And I'm glad we did the purple eyeliner up top because it kind of goes with the bottom and that center shade, which is a pink. So you will see me for look number 2. And it will be real short. And so thank you for being here. Hang tight. You will see me in a few moments. Base face is done. This lid is primed. We're going to put on Tillamook, chocolate chip minted, scented, and flavored. We're going to do this eye together. So we'll both see how it's going to turn out. And then I'll edit out doing this eye. And then we'll come back with the lip, if we don't figure out what lip we're going to do for this look. So we're going to use these 2 columns right here for this look, and we're going to take this shade here excuse me, on the first portion of the lid. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like this shade. This is pretty. That's this one. So in here it's looking like a pale blue, but it must be a dual tone because it does look purple, right? Like a bluish purple, a light blurple, as they say. Now we're going to take Dolphin, this shade next to it. It looks like a matte, but when I swatched it out, it looked like it has some shimmer to it. So we're going to see what this looks like. Oh, yeah, it's showing up like a matte, but when I swatched it, it looked like it had a little sheen to it. Oh man, I think I might have messed up already, but you know, we'll be okay, because a lot of times we say we messed up the look and then it comes together in the end. Wow, this is a nice shade too, and it is not making me look dusty. All right, so we're blending up here at the top. We're going to leave that like that. We're going to go back to the brush that had the first shade on and not adding any additional color, but we're just going to pull this way over that center shade to get a blend. And actually I'm going to tap in, well, I pressed in lightly, and then we're going to do this. I did not tap off. So we're getting a blend. That's what we're trying to do. Doesn't seem like they want to blend. So we're going back and forth, starting at the top, going down to the bottom, at the bottom, going back up to the top. Pressing in one more time very lightly. We did not tap off. Did we tap off? Oh no. Okay, so this is what we got. So I'm just trying to get more of a blend here. These are 2 different textured shadows. So now we're going to take Lizard. That one right there. Ooh. Ooh. Suki. Wow. And we're going to put this on the outer portion of the lid. This is a very colorful look. Well, it is a colorful palette, even though there's that top row of really light shades. But these are working for me. And we're going back and forth, top to the bottom, bottom to the top, to blend that with that light blurple shade. Who came up with that title, that name? I tapped in lightly, and we're just coming up here, tapping in lightly. I can get down close to the lash line. And we are going to put liner on because it looks like to me, it looks like there's a blank spot like right here. And we're going to pull this out just a little bit with this brush. Just a little bit. Yeah, just like that. Hopefully I can get the other side to look the same. We're tapping in again, and we are tapping off, and we're just going to press this right here because it looks like, when I'm looking down here, it looks like there's a gap right here. So hopefully it will stay. I laid down, I was sleepy, and I'm like, oh, let me go ahead and go to bed. And I'm like, darn it, I didn't wash my brushes from the first look, so I washed my brushes. And I said, okay, now I'll just brush my teeth and go to bed. And I looked in the mirror, darn, I still had my makeup on. So, you know, I double cleansed my face, did my skincare routine, got in the bed, couldn't go to sleep. I'm just like, damn it. So I'm like, you know what? I laid it for a little while. We're going to take Sky, this shade here, as our transition shade. Well, under our brow bone. So we're going to tap first because I want to see what it's going to look like. So it's about, well, right now it's like 10 to 7. I got back out of bed at like 6:15, and I said, you know, let me just do this second look, do something productive. Because I thought I'll just lay on the sofa, put on like some silly movie, something that would, you know, something a little boring that would maybe put me to sleep. And I said, you know, let me be productive and just do this other look. So here we are. I do like that. I'm wanting more of a blend there. And I don't think this shadow is going to do it. I don't think this is going to do it. And I am going across the top edge of those lid shades. We're tapping back in. I think the more I put, it's starting to look ashy. So this will be the last layer. So what I'm going to do also is, I just thought, what if this was not recording? I edited more out of look 1 than I intended to, because since I did decide to add the other 2 looks, I didn't want it to be too long. We're going back to the green, not adding any more green. And what we're going to do with whatever's in here that'll come off, we're going to just bring that here. And hopefully this will blend a little bit more without adding more color. And I think this is working. Okay. So you don't always need to add color. And sometimes I'll use a brush that has no color on it. And then sometimes I'll use a brush that does and not add more color to it. To me, this looks like too much blank space. I'm just not used to, I'm just trying to see whatever's left in the brush, just feathering it higher up, because that does to me look like quite a bit of space up here. And so, yeah, we still did not add shadow to the brush, and it still has some in there. So I'm just kind of pressing and going back and forth. Okay, we're going to leave that like that. This eye is starting to tear. Lower lash line, we have Sephora Collection retractable eyeliner, waterproof, 04 matte terracotta. That's on our lower waterline and on our inner rims, upper and lower. So now we're going to take Moon, which is this shade here. This is a metallic shimmer satin. We're going to take a thick brush, which will place and blow it down at the same time. I miss when I used to do that before. And so we're just going to press and wiggle with this. And I think maybe we can swipe. So we're just pressing under here. And that's what that's looking like. This is a pretty shade. It's not doing much, which I knew it wasn't, because of the tone of it. This eye wants to tear. Oh. And I know this is my teary eye, but this eye I feel like you guys can see better when I do it. But I wasn't remembering that this is the teary eye, which means I should have did it last. So now we're going to take a more concentrated brush and we're going to go into Turtle, this shade right here, and we're going to put that across the lower lash line. So this one we're just kind of stabbing it, and we're going to start over here, sort of under the pink, but not quite. Oh, that's pretty. So we're bringing this under the pink. We're stabbing it, we're tapping off. This eye is starting to tear. Damn it. And now this time we are going on top of the pink. So let's just do that all the way out here. Oh, I like how that made it grungy. And that's also because it was over top of that terracotta. Right here, this area right here is looking grungy and I like it. And so this is this look. I'm not going to bring it all the way in because this eye is about to start tearing. You can still see a little bit of, no you can't, well maybe you can, this shade in between the green and this one. So actually we will go ahead and do our eyeliner. This eye is starting to, oh my gosh. I'm gonna take out another eyeliner brush because I don't know if this one is going to still be usable after it dries while I do this eye. But we're taking Inglots number is that? This is number 89. No, it's not. It's number 86. This is going to be a lot of green. I don't want to take this one. Shoot, now I'm stuck. What do I want to do? I'm going to take, darn it. We're going to take Fortune because it's a darker green from Melt Cosmetics. This is still, yeah, because this shows up almost black on me. And so we're going to put this on our upper lash line. There seems to be a patch right here. We're going to, oh man, I just put a blob. What was I going to say? Oh, I'm trying to figure out what lip I want to do. I think I want to do Dark Forest. That's what I think I want to do. I am messing up this liner. You see that? That little hook right here. Oh man. Alright, so let's just make the line thicker than I want to get rid of the hook. Darn it. I was not being careful. And we're going to get here in the inner corner. That looks better. And now we're going to do the wing. And hopefully I can get the other side somewhat the same. So this is what the look is looking like. I do like it. I like that these shadows are showing up on me. We're going to go ahead and put on the Quigley Blvd mascara. And so this eye will be completely done. And I think I am going to use Dark Forest. Is that going to be too much green? But this is not a total green look, which I like. I'm just taking some off the tip because I'm going to spike these short lashes in here, the ones that turn downward and graze my eyeball. And then we're going to put this on underneath. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put on Dark Forest. We're at 11 minutes. I'm not going to put it on now, and I'll put it on lipstick later. So we're going to do this eye. This is what we're going for. And no. I do want to put on, I'll figure it out because I'm taking up too much time. So we'll be back. This eye will be done. And excuse me, I'll show you the lippy that we're going to use. And then we'll start to apply, edit out, finishing the application, and then come back with the finished look. We wiped out some chapstick. We're going to put on Max Caviar, and then we're going to tap Well on top of it. So we're going to come back, and this look will be done. Look what the black did to Well. This is Well. That's this shade right here and right here. So it showed up purplish, like a light blurple, and over the black, oh my goodness, it turned up blue. I love it. That's a pretty lip shade. So this is finished look number 2. Let me know what you think. And still with the Museum mascara, I can see my lashes over here and can barely see them over here, except you can't see the ones on the bottom. So that's just weird. I do really think these lashes are just longer. We're going to go hang tight, and you will see me back with look number 3. I'm going to start with Cake Batter Scented and Flavored Chapstick on my lower lash line and on my inner rims, up and lower. We have MAC Color Excess Gel Pencil Eyeliner and Pool Shark. So that's what's there. We're going to do the same thing that we did earlier today, actually. And we're going to do one eye on and one eye off. And so I'm going to edit out priming this eye. I'm thinking I'm going to do this one. We'll just still do this one. We're going to be using these two columns. And having done this, we'll have used every shade in this palette at least once. And so we're going to start with Shark, this shade right here, and that's going to go on the inner portion of the lid. Oh, it looks blue. That's this shade. It looks blue in the pan and on the brush, but it's showing up green. This is interesting. Wow. This palette is surprising me in a good way. We're going to blend up here toward the brow. And this is what we have for that. We're going to put that brush down, take a clean one. We're going to take Morea, this shade here, and that's going to go on the center of the lid. Ooh, I do like the looks of the shimmers in here. Well, the ones that are like really showing up. This is an easy palette for me to work with. We're going back and forth over the line from the bottom to the top, from the top to the bottom. And so you see how that just blended that together. This is a very easy palette. We're going to just blend it up here, windshield wiper motions, just to take it up a little bit higher. I admit that I like that. Ooh. So now we're going to take Tahiti. Where is Tahiti? Tahiti is this shade right here. I'll save my thoughts. This is pretty. And we are bringing it out here, feathering it outward. And we're going to feather inward to go over that center shade. They blended nice together. Wow. So here it's looking purplish, but over here it's looking almost bluish. That's interesting. That's this shade down here. That is interesting. How out here it's looking bluish, but here it's looking purple. This is nice. I'm excited. Now we're going to take Seashell, this shade right here. And we are going to tap here to see what it looks like. And then we're going to go back and forth. We did not add more shadow on the brush. And we're going to just feather lightly over where the shadow is a wing. So we're doing here and then coming here. I do like this. We're not going to do any more with that. For lower lash line, we're going to take Stingray. And we're going to use a wide brush, so we're going to blow it out and blow it down. This eye does feel like it wants to tear. So we're going to put that over the green. And now I'm thinking I should have used a brush that wasn't so thick. But we're going to make it work. Because we always make it work. Okay. This is jacked up. This over here is jacked up, but we're going to buff it out. We're going to fix it. Like right here is looking janky. Huh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. Not with that brush though. Now we're going to take this brush and we're going to take Mana. This is the only shade left to use. Using this, we'll have used every shade in the palette. And we are going to put that on top of the green. And it's not really showing up much of the green. It's looking a tad mustard over the green, but it's not really showing up too much. And so we're going to do this over here where that green came down just to see if it'll buff it. Let me tap off. So we're trying to fix this here. This eye wants to tear. The brush we use for Seashell, we're not adding any shadow to it. We're going to just buff under here. Also just trying to make this not look like as much of a hook as it is. I think this is working. We're going to tap into seashell very lightly, just a teeny tiny bit tip of the brush. We're going to tap it off. So that's what's there. And we're going to just buff right here. This is where you could take concealer if you want to. I think that looks better. This eye is starting to tear. I can feel it. No. Okay, we're going to edit. No, wait. We're going to take a blue. This is this is Inglot number 87, and we're going to put this on our upper lash line. This palette screams do something colorful, well, especially with the shades that show up the most for me anyway. This is giving me vacation vibes. I go down to the beach or to one of the islands, and it is called Paradise Island. So yeah, this palette is doing what it's supposed to do. This eye feels like it wants to tear out there too. So we're going to wing on top of the green shadow, and then we're going to bring it back in, and that is going to be that. That was easy this time. We're going to use again the Queen Musea mascara. I'm ready to give up on this, to be honest with you, because I am curious to see, though, is it really going to make a difference after 42 days? But I do still like being able to see the mascara on both sides of my lashes. And on this eye, it just does not seem to make a difference. I can see a little bit down here in the mirror that I'm looking in right now. But, yeah, it's not doing too much. So we're going to edit out doing the other eye. We're going to pick a lip, and then we will be back. We're going to wipe off chapstick, and we're going to put on Caviar from MAC, and we're going to put, what shade was that? This shade, which is Tahiti, because I'm curious if it's going to still stay purple or turn into like a bluish. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to do. And when we come back, the look will be finished, and we'll wrap up with my first impressions of the Nomad Paradise Islands palette. This is our finished look, and Tahiti. It just made the black look a little deep purple, and the line is janky. But this is what we got. What do I think? I like this look. It's different for me. It's different for me having this shade, this type of shade for the inner corner, and then the rest just kind of a softer tone. And so that is different for me, and I do like it. And I've seen looks similar to this before, and I'm like, that's really nice. I need to try that, and I never did, but now I have by accident, and I really do like how it turned out. So, and of course, I love the lip. I love the triple wing. So you see the green, you see the blue, and then you see that purplish on the outer corner. So I'm really digging it, and I do really like when I do that. My first impressions about this palette. I like it. I like this palette. I love the formula. Everything, as you saw, worked really easily, went on really easily. Everything showed up except some of these tones. Thank you, dryer, letting me know you're done. Some of these lighter tones in this first row, but they do serve well for me as just buffing out the top line, or just putting something in the space between the lid shades and my brow bone, and it serves a purpose for buffing out lower lash line if I want to use it for that. And so there isn't anything I would say is a waste in this palette. I do like that none of the lighter tones made me look ashy or dusty. My question is how often would I use this palette? Because I don't do light looks like this, but I know where to go if I do want to do a lighter look. And I really like how all the shimmer showed up. I like how some of them seem to kind of change in tone when I put it on, and it was a pleasant surprise. And so I am glad that I purchased this, and that I was able to do looks with it and first impressions, especially since I'm going to be giving one away, so stay tuned for that. But I am pleased with this purchase, and the sale price was $29 for 18 shades. Everything in here serves a purpose. I do like the looks that I created. The first one was kind of iffy, and maybe because it was just a lighter look. But the second look in this one, yeah, these are different types of looks for me. So we're going to end here. Thank you for being here. If you have this palette, let me know what your thoughts are on it. I know some people didn't care for it, and I will say this, I probably said it earlier, I'm not sure, but if you're into the high shine shimmer shimmer, and if you have an extensive or even a moderate indie shadow collection, this palette may not do it for you. And right now I don't even know if it's still available, but I'm just saying this in case you do want to enter for the subscriber appreciation giveaway when I give the other one away, because I did purchase two. But if you are into the high shine shimmer shimmer, this may not do it for you, because you saw how they show up on my complexion, which is tan. But if you're a Nomad fan and you did not get this palette, I think you would enjoy having it, especially if you like the lighter tones. The only downside I would say for those who are of a deeper complexion, if they want depth in this palette, you only have this green and this blue. That's it. That's the darkest shades in here. And I know some people do like, you know, a dark burgundy or a brown or even like a black or a smoke gray. And this palette has none of that. But it is Paradise Islands. And so what you see on the outside is very well represented on the inside. And I do feel like this is an island look because of how this inner corner shade showed up. It does remind me of, you know, sitting on a beach looking out over the ocean, and maybe even, you know, this is the water, and then as the sun is going down, you have these different tones that you see in the sky. And so it is really giving me island vibes, this look in particular. And I am excited to do more looks with it. I'm really excited to just do a look with the bottom row and with the middle row, and I probably still will dip into the top row for, you know, just under my brow bone. But I'm really digging it. I'm loving how the shadows turned out over a black lip. And the last look, I was looking at a blue liquid lipstick that color, but now I know, and I'll have to make a note to remember to put Shark, I think it was. No, because that's what we used today. Whatever shade that was we used in the last look that we put on the lip, I don't know, but I'm excited about it, and I have to write that down. So when I want that shade of bold blue with some shimmer on my lip, I know what to do. Put it over top of this. And so that's another option as well if you are into tapping shadow over top of your liquid lipsticks. I'm going on and on. I'm excited about this palette. I do really like it. And thank you for being here. If you made it this far, put a sunrise or sunset emoji. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, so thank you for being here, and I hope this video was enjoyable to you. Always lots of links down below and everything. I would love for you to subscribe, share, comment, like, join, all of that good stuff. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love, that is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.